What's shaking YouTube tonight? Welcome to Lords of the Long Box presents the cover price comic book shakers of the week as we get situated here for March 14th, 2024. Why you guys congregating? You know what it is. It's Freestyle Friday. Even though we played this DJ a lot, we haven't played this particular mix all that often. But here you go, man. Freestyle Friday while you guys are congregating.
The baddest on the microphone apparatus is here. When I rock a rhyme, often eyes are dropping a tear. It's so beautiful, it's America's landscapes when this man makes lyrics like the syrups that you pour upon your pancakes. My mandate is to grip minds like a handshake. Spit Orlando Lakes and go skinny dip with the fan base. Over any damn breakbeat, I hastily make pastries tastier than anything that Wolfgang makes. So take notes out of suckers, I make coats, lump of some like Bubba Gump, fishing on lake boats. I take jokes and turn the comedy into drama. I'm bagging on your mama, I'm Jeffrey Dahmer behind ya. I'm a rhyme writer, lock stock, smoking the ganja. Rebuttals befuddle, leaving a puddle of saliva, sillies. You couldn't handle Randall when I throw my grammar at you. It hit your head and you would think I threw a hammer at you. I point the camera at you like Herb Ritz. Develop it, then use the pictures to pick up bird shits. You're nervous as the impervious wordsmiths hanging out in Rafa's new crib come with the verses.
Wouldn't be a shaker show without Randall Park. JB, say what's good to people.
What's up, everybody? We got a great show. The writers at CovrPrice are fantastic, and today's show has some really cool comics. Sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Yeah, nobody wants to hear me read after Tuesday. Yeah, Marty, say what's good to people.
Hey, geeksets, lords and ladies, everybody in the chat. Big Linecast 646, shout out to you, brother. Droid City, Kenneth Bird, Ligerstyle, Planet Arizona Comics,
Aegis Comics is in there too. Aegis.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Artrell 27, Ligerstyle. Did I say that? Necro Capitalist Comics, nice. Everybody in the chat, if I missed you, I'm sorry, but thank you. Welcome, and don't forget to hit that likes and thumbs up.
What up? Thank you, Marty. This is and I am, of course, your humble servant TiVo, and this is the CovrPrice comic book shakers of the week, brought to you from our friends over at CovrPrice.com for your price guides, collections, and trends. Over to CovrPrice.com. Also, our proud sponsor, Bird City Comics. Use discount code LOTLB to get 15% off anything in the Bird City Comics exclusives. I think everything. Hopefully everything I mailed out to our winner, because you won this, that, that,
just crushed it.
Keep a copy for me there, TiVo. Keep a copy for me.
I don't have any copies.
We gotta get we gotta get a copy of that one.
I gotta get a copy of that Vampirella.
Do you have any comps, JB, to give away?
I do.
Tonight?
I have 3 more sets of these, so we can definitely do a giveaway tonight.
We'll do we do a common picker from Tuesday's show. So
yeah, we can do a common picker for Tuesday's show. I got it loaded up already. So get in on Tuesday's show. I'll drop the link in the chat right now for those early viewers who are with us. We really do appreciate you. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, by the way. I'm just gonna say
we had a strong rewind crew because the live show toward the very end, I got to like 80, 90 live viewers, but you know, throughout the show, like Tuesdays? 70, 70, 75, 80, but then, we hit about 1,500, which is about the norm. So this list comes from our friends at CovrPrice, focusing on new sales or most interesting sales found on their exclusive daily shakers list. This changes several times every day to make sure you check out every day to review some of your hottest trending books. And after we go over this finely curated selection of comics that were picked out, 10 of them, we will see what's shaking today, boys and girls. And I don't have any hope for any of you, actually. I definitely think there's an over list.
This isn't. Well, no, there's a couple, maybe one.
I don't know, man. I that Savage Dragon looks familiar to me, so I don't know.
I haven't seen it before. All right,
okay.
What do we got for the first shaker?
All right, everybody. Now, the shakers list is in alphabetical order, and the first one on our list is Death, the Time of Your Life. But wait, the preview edition, originally published in 1997. Now, listen closely. Although Death, the Time of Your Life is a well-received series, this particular issue has not garnered much attention. However, the most recent sale has piqued interest due to its remarkable price fluctuations. A CGC 8.5 copy of this book sold for $400 in November of last year. Now, more recently, this exact same graded 8.5 copy resold for $1,600, a profit of $1,200 over a 4-month period. So what made this book skyrocket? The sudden surge in value is strictly due to its immense scarcity. Now, in the pre-internet 90s, preview copies were used as just that, a preview of an upcoming series or issue intended to inspire retailers to order copies. These were passed around, shared with customers, typically thrown away. Now, in the past 7 years, we've only seen 5 copies hit the aftermarket.
Damn.
And 3 to 4 of those sales was this same copy trading hands over the years. Now, CGC has 2 copies on the census. 2. This 8.5 and a 9.4. It's hard to imagine what that 9.4 could possibly sell for now. Now, if you know of any shops that have been around since 1997 and tend to keep everything, maybe there's one floating around in decades of old stacks of comics. You better keep digging in them long boxes.
Touche. Nice. Well said. Nice. Got the Time of Your Life from DC, October 1997, and 8.5 for $1,600. Just look at the people that are on this book. Neil Gaiman wrote it, illustrated by Chris Bachalo, or Bachalo, however you want to say it. Introduced by Claire Danes. What the fuck? Claire Danes? Why is Claire Danes? The actress Claire Danes? That's weird, right?
Only one I know.
She's British, and Neil Gaiman's British, so maybe that's why. And yeah, you are right. Sandman is absolutely amazing. Obviously, Death is a character in Sandman. So, gosh, are we going to do it already?
Bam!
make sure you watch Sandman on. I think it's on Prime. Was it on Amazon or Prime? One of the two.
No, it was on Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix. Yeah. Yeah. So Amazon Prime also had like Omens and whatever, the Angels and Omens.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. That was great too. Whereas like it was like a good angel, it was like a good angel and a demon bound together on Earth, and they kind of figured things out. And I believe that was by Neil Gaiman as well. But Neil Gaiman by far is one of my favorite authors of all time, both in comic books and in novels. He does some great stuff. A lot of his stuff gets developed into the big screen too. So, all right, what do we have next?
Yeah, number 2 shaker. Shake, 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 Shannara, shake your body down. There you go. That was a freebie.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z Part 5, number 9 by Viz Media, published in 2002.
Viz Media.
With the passing of Akira Toriyama, fans across the globe are revisiting all manner of Dragon Ball content. That includes this book, drawn and written by Akira Toriyama, which recently hit a high sale of $750 for a CGC 9.8 copy, the highest graded sale in our database. That sale was $613 higher than the previous high graded sale of $137 for a CGC 9.2. With only 13 in the CGC database and 3 being a 9.8, we may be witnessing the top of the market in the wake of the Toriyama's death. But this book is notable outside of that, as it was released in the fashion of manga, and it features the moment Goku goes Super Saiyan for the first time. Fans of the series know that was one of, if not the most epic moment ever for a battle shonen. It's a book many fans are looking to add to their personal collection, but it may be hard to find. There just weren't a ton of copies out there. And with the 9.8 hitting new heights, a raw copy may be way to go to add to this historical book collection.
Yeah, I mean, Dragon Ball Z Part 5, issue number 9 is just a weird title to begin with anyway, right? I mean, 80 pages, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I mean, we just saw earlier in this week, was it Tuesday show? We had the other
Yeah, we had the other one. I read, as a matter of fact, I read the other one too. Yeah.
Yeah, the other Dragon Ball book. And then someone left the comment saying, you know, for the two who didn't watch, because I said I wasn't really into Dragon Ball, and they were like, you know, I really feel sorry for you or something like that. I was like, dude, what, it came out in like the late 90s, 2000. I was like, I wasn't into anime, and well, I wasn't.
I was never been really. Yeah,
I was out getting drunk and trying to get hoe. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah,
right.
I'll be honest with you. I mean, let me tell you, back
let's see, late 90s. I was very young there too, Tim. You know what I mean? So I was out partying, probably womanizing,
partying hard. Yeah, but I was still on the side every now and then, like a spawn, but I didn't go hardcore. Like animation to me wasn't Dragon Ball Z. I didn't grow up on Voltron or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the cartoon, because all those were like, you know, I was already older at the time. But when I was younger, like in high school, I remember like or junior high, like Macross was the big thing. Robotech, Star Blazers, Space Battleship Yamato. Is that the same? I think it's the same thing. Captain Harlock, those type of things. You know, they were more.
Yeah.
I mean, now you know. Now, if
here's the funny thing. Something, you know, facts known about Marty or something. Anyways, I grew up when I was a young kid. My father was stationed in Yokota Air Base, Japan. So growing up in Yokota Air Base, Japan, growing up to Sunday morning cartoons, they would have these Japanese cartoons on there, sort of like I forgot. They're all renamed. I remember the Japanese, they would use Japanese names, but they're all renamed now. You see a lot of them in westernized to this day, like that you see the group of guys that almost dressed up like superhero bugs and, you know, going around and raiding and, you know.
Well, there's G-Force, which was originally called something else. In America, it was called G-Force, but
G-Force. Okay.
Yeah, Japan was called something else, and I
Yeah.
remember that. And I remember a lot of like cartoons were in syndication, meaning that it wasn't Saturday morning cartoons per se. That
After school cartoons, it was at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
yeah, after school cartoons. I was lucky, grew up in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
Channel 2, they used to
Channel 2.
they used to show Robotech, all 3 books, like they used to show G.I. Joe, Transformers, and then whenever Macross was over, they'd show like Captain Harlock and some other stuff, and I was like, this is amazing, But it was typically on around 3 p.m. So as soon as you got home from school, throw away your stuff, turn on the TV, and there you were till like 4 or 5 p.m. And that's my childhood.
4:30. Yeah.
I didn't when I was I would come home would never I grew up at Clark Air Base, Philippines anyways, so we didn't have that luxury of seeing the afternoon cartoons like that. So we would just mainly kind of just go out, and I'd go on base or something like that. But man, I used to hear people talk all the time about a lot of the cartoons, the
Well, in Japan, I mean, it's been going. I mean, they've been making animation for adults for forever. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And
Oh
in the
yeah.
U.S., that's relatively new. For the last decade or so, is relatively new. I mean, prior to that,
Yeah.
I mean, it was somewhat adult, but it's still skewed, for kids. So
Despite missing out on a couple of those things, man. I mean, I can't, I can't complain, man, because how many people have the luxury actually growing up overseas and experience the culture and the customs? You know what I mean? So yeah,
my friend Mikey
absolutely.
goes to Japan once a year. He has an annual trip that he goes with his son, and he brings back all kinds of cool like manga and toys and shit. I'm like, man, he has to bring just a separate suitcase just for the stuff he brings. All right, what do we got up next?
All right. Here we go. Number 3 on the list. This is definitely an offer. Next up, we've got Iron Man Custom Edition Walmart exclusive, originally published in 2008. Now, this Walmart exclusive comic was included with the Iron Man DVD in 2008. What's interesting about this comic is that it featured the first appearance of Agent Phil Coulson.
Rest in peace.
Who was a star in many MCU movies. Now, there aren't many graded copies on the CGC census, and there are only 15 universal copies, with 10 graded at 9.8 and 1 graded at 9.9. Now, many of these promo comics don't survive, as people don't take them seriously as real comic books, and they just get lost in the shuffle. Now, Clark Gregg did a terrific job as Agent Coulson, and even though he died in the Avengers movie, like many other comic book characters, he was brought back to life by Nick Fury using Kree blood. Spoiler alert there. Now, this week saw an all-time high for this book as a raw, near-mint copy sold for $120 on March 11th. Not bad for a character that was created in the MCU and brought to life in this Walmart promo.
Hashtag bring back Coulson. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I remember watching Iron Man Custom Edition Walmart issue number 1 from 2008. Recently just sold $76 on the 12th. Prior to that, on March 11th, sold for about $20 higher. Yeah, man, I remember watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. like, wait a second. I mean, Phil Coulson brought a bit of like credibility from the MCU into like the TV world at the time, which was on ABC.
He brought that link together. It's sort of a bridge from that, right?
And there's a whole history of that, about how Kevin Feige didn't want to put a bunch of characters in it, and Jeff Loeb, who was the creative side of the ABC stuff for like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and Jeff Loeb also did the Netflix stuff, I believe. And he did obviously Agent Carter, which was pretty good too, but totally different. But Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. suffered from the infighting between Marvel Studios and Marvel TV. One, the budget restraints, because it was on TV, right? It cost too much. It's too expensive to make it, for budget TV, because budget TV is all about revenue dollars, as opposed to a subscription service like Disney Plus or something like that,
right?
And A 3 is just like it just didn't, it just didn't have the oomph of the I mean,
Yeah.
Ghost Rider was
There was
probably the
no
coolest thing of this.
stars.
Yeah.
I
And it's
fell
like they
off
weren't
of
allowed to
that.
introduce
Yeah.
good characters, and when they were kind of hokey because they had no budget to do them right.
Yeah, Quake was
Yeah, yeah.
awesome. I mean, Quake was awesome. Ghost Rider was so awesome. He was too expensive. They had to cut him out. You remember?
Yeah.
I was like, oh
I
man!
remember
But
when he
that,
first appeared. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was the most expensive. One of the most expensive episodes ever on the Agent Shield is
Jesus, man.
the Ghost Rider one because
Yeah.
they actually really did good graphics on that one. I mean,
It wasn't bad.
I mean,
Yeah. It wasn't bad.
yeah, I mean, compared to like stuff they do nowadays on TV, maybe they could do better. Because technology is better. But back then in
What are you talking
2000,
about? They're shinking a cruise ship on CBS over here. Come on.
oh my god! All right, what do you have next?
Yep.
Oh, that's
Shaking
that's
number
definitely up there.
5. Yes. Brings you On Raven's Wing number 1. Published by Boneyard Press in 1994.
You're not number 5, Marty. You're number 4.
I'm not number 5. I am number 4.
I was like, what is he reading? Do I have the wrong graphic?
Marvel.
What is he doing?
I see why you did that, right? Okay.
No,
Number
I told
4.
you I was odd. You were evens today.
Yeah. Okay. Marvel, the year in review number 1. There we go. Back on track. Published by Marvel in 1989. Even though it's dated 1989, this book is chock full of 90s nostalgia, jumping from the Todd McFarlane Spider-Man on the cover to the interiors. Readers are treated to a mix of Fox advertisement for things like Roxanne, the Latveria. Hopefully I said that. Latveria Board of Tourism and Damage Control, as well as magazine Esquire articles detailing the state of the Marvel Universe. Designed as a magazine format akin to Time or Newsweek, the year in review ran for 6 issues through 1994. This inaugural issue, in particular, featured a recipe page with Ghost Rider's famous crepes, Suzettes.
Crepes.
Crepes, Suzettes.
All right.
It was so good until then.
Well, you also said choke as for chock full, but we'll let it slide.
A chock full. Okay, Suzettes in a best dressed list that saw the Incredible Hulk, Doctor Strange, and Brian Braddock taking the top spots. The year in review number 1 is fairly inexpensive, as a raw commanding around $7 for very fine copies and $20 and up for near mint copies. Prior to this week, graded copies were hovering around $35 for a 9.2. In October of 2023, a 9.6 graded copy sold for $186, but on March 9th, a graded 9.8 copy sold for a hefty 750 bones.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, if not only just out of the kind of oddness of it, but you got Todd McFarlane art on it. I mean, from 1989. I mean, for you Todd McFarlane collectors out there, I still want to say hello to everybody who is in the CovrPrice YouTube channel Q&A that started at 5 p.m. Shout out to CovrPrice. They make sure you guys sub them up as well. I'm going to be doing more stuff with CovrPrice YouTube channel in the future. So in the Q&A, did they tell you guys to check out the Shaker Show at 6 p.m.? Huh? Oh man. Better say yes.
Whoa.
All right. Marvel, the year in review, $750 and 9.8. Probably hard to get to in a magazine size. All right. There's another weird one.
All right. Thanks to everybody who's hanging out with us. If you're in the live chat right now and you're having a good time, make sure you hit the thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We really appreciate you. At number 5 on the list, we've got On Raven's Wings, issue number 1, originally published in 1994 from Boneyard Press. On Raven's Wings, issue number 1, marks the first published work of Gerard Way. Am I saying that right, TiVo? TiVo, you're muted.
I'm going to say go with it.
I think it's Jared. The guy from the band. Yeah, the guy from the band.
Jared. Yeah,
Jared Way. See,
Yeah,
all right.
Jared
See, I'm
Way.
glad I asked. There you go.
Could be French,
And
could be
if you had
Gerard.
TiVo, you're muted on your bingo card. You know what to do. Take a drink. All right. On Raven's Wings, issue number 1 marks the first published work of Jared Way, best known as the lead vocalist of My Chemical Romance.
It is Jared.
Now, as you may know, Jared also wrote The Umbrella Academy and is directly involved with the Netflix adaptation currently set to release its final season in August. He also created the completely unique Spider and Penny Parker for Edge of Spider-Verse issue number 5. Needless to say, Jared's influence on indie culture is expansive and ever-growing. Recently, a raw, near-mint copy of his first published comic book sold for $400, matching the all-time high sale for a 9.6 slab in June of 2020. As interest continues to soar and prices reach new heights, this debut issue serves as a testament to the enduring legacy of an artist who has left an indelible mark on both music and comics.
I won't lie to you. This isn't one of my favorite covers because I don't know what the fuck is on the cover.
I can't see
think
this cover. This cover sucks.
Is it a Raven or something? But from 1994, dude. So you think about all the celebrities that are doing comic books nowadays, named like Keanu Reeves and Berserker, and before that, 1994. That was like, besides the random Kid and Play comic from Marvel Comics, you didn't see any musicians actually doing a comic book. I don't even think Kid and Play wrote that one, but I mean he wrote this one. This was way back in 1994, and and that his other show, that Umbrella Academy, one of my favorites, man. I love Umbrella Academy. That is like such, and Umbrella Academy was also created by I'm gonna go with people pronounced it Gerard Way.
It is Gerard. You're killing me. So Jared.
Yeah,
Gerard.
Don't
ask me, guys. I'm not the one to ask.
I asked
on Raven.
I checked.
I never.
Like Jared from the subway. Jared, right?
Hey, we got
we don't want to use that as an example. We don't
use him.
Subway.
We don't
dude. No.
Okay, I digress.
So Gerard attended the School of Visual Arts when he created this book, I believe, as a project. Yeah, well, he should have stuck to visual arts because this cover is not doing him any favors, man. Then again, that's just me, right? Anybody else doesn't think like right? But get published. Yep. To get your published work at that young of an age, that's pretty cool. So I'm not knocking the game. I'm knocking the game, man.
Don't hate him for that.
He's still doing it today, to this very day, doing Spider-Verse stuff. So all right, here's some more Japanese stuff for you. Look at
more.
This
all right, let me take a deep breath first. I'm going to take a deep breath because this is
cue up that bingo ling.
This is a tongue twister in many aspects. Okay, so let's go. All right, number 6 Shake Here brings you Ranma, half number 1 by Viz Media, published in 1992. Are you in the mood for some manga? If so, let us introduce you to the captivating world of Ranma, Sao Tome, or should I say Sao Tome? Anyways, I'll go with Sao Tome.
I think it's Satome.
Satome. Okay, Sao Tome. A beloved character created by the acclaimed manga artist Rumiko Takahashi. In this famous Japanese story, Raman's life takes an exciting turn as he discovers his fascinating ability to transform into a woman when he comes into contact with water. This unique and captivating curse adds a new layer of intrigue and quite a comedic element to this popular Japanese title. Initially released as a weekly periodical in Weekly Shonen Sunday in 1987, the book quickly gained popularity and was later adapted into an anime series in 1989 by Studio Dean. 3 years later, Viz Media decided to pick up the title and reprinted the original stories into a westernized format, such as From Left to Right. between 1992 and 2003, bringing this captivating story to a broader audience. This week on our Shakers list, we are thrilled to showcase the only CGC 9.9 graded copy of this beloved manga. How this rare book has held up for 30 plus years, sold for an all-time high of $1,750, and scored a 9.9 is anyone's guess, but still impressive since the only other high-grade sale was a CGC 9.8 for $139. There are 9 more 9.8s on the census, but hopefully this sale of Ranma half will stimulate other enthusiasts to begin slabbing their early manga works and broaden our collective horizons.
You crushed it, Marty. Well done.
Good job.
man.
Ramba half issue number
Man.
1, which is a kind of twister in itself. But visibility always seems to show up on our Shakers list, man. But that's wild. Imagine that. So you go to the swimming pool as a dude, jump in the water, you come out the water, and you're a chick. That's basically,
Dude,
man, you know.
What the heck happened, man?
Yeah. And then next, you know, because you only had, and now you're just hanging out there because you just had trunks on before. Right. So now, you know, I don't know. But this is much more kid friendly than that. I do believe it wasn't for mature audiences yet. Maybe. All right. What do we have for next one? Oh
my. You know what? This I want everyone to pay close attention to this read, because this may be the first time in the history of the Shaker Show that I am going to read you a book that is available to purchase right now.
Really?
Coming in at number 7,
you have
Rocketeer Adventures issue number 1, the Jetpack exclusive, originally published in 2011 from IDW. Another week, and here we are covering yet another Dave Stevens book that has hit yet another all-time high. There isn't much left to say about Stevens' covers and work at this point, but let's just say that the interest in his covers is definitely trickling down and branching out to any cover he worked on. This particular cover is a little different, though. This issue was a Jetpack Comics exclusive variant that was released in 2011 for the first Rocketeer Adventures miniseries and was limited to 1,000 copies. This art was pulled from the Rocketeer story in Pacific Presents issue number 2, page 8, modeled after Stevens' muse and close friend, Betty Page. See below.
There you go.
Good Lord.
It is.
This iconic Stevens art has been redrawn by other renowned artists like Joseph Linsner and Terry Dodson. However, this issue retains Stevens' original art and has been recolored by Laura Martin, making the art pop and feel more modern. It's worth noting that it's still available online via Jetpack's own eBay page at a price of $24.99. This seems somewhat reasonable considering this week saw an all-time high sale of $270 for a CGC 9.8 graded copy. Now, Jetpack also featured 2 more recolored variants with internal Dave Stevens art, like Rocketeer Adventure Volume 2, Number 1, also available on Jetpack for $24.99, and Rocketeer Cargo of Doom Number 1, also available on Jetpack for $14.99. Now, we don't know how long these covers will continue to be available at retail, but expect these to increase in value in the future as these hidden gems availability gets smaller by the week.
So go to jetpackcomics.com, whatever their website is. Yeah, direct page.
Yeah,
so
that's
eBay.
Sorry. That's on there.
Yeah,
Put
so
eBay in there.
I mean, at least they kept the aesthetic of Dave Stevens, right? I mean, it's pretty darn close.
It is. It is.
It just looks like it's digitally colored or whatever. But yeah, I
The
mean,
coloring's great on it.
right
I mean,
now.
it warms the cackles of my heart to see Dave Stevens' art getting so much love recently, because I think this is probably, I don't remember it really being a thing in probably the last couple of years.
Hold
It's
on,
really
excuse
taken
me.
off Dave Stevens right now. But like I've been, like Airboy was first time I got a Dave Stevens cover. I had the Rocketeer 3D cover and things. So I knew of Dave Stevens and his untimely passing, but
really
he lives
enjoyed that
on.
movie, man. Really enjoyed that movie, even
Oh
for an old
yeah,
one. Yeah.
yeah. Jennifer Connelly. Oh, forget about
Oh,
it.
anything with
All
her.
right,
Anything. Yeah.
all right. Let's go from Rocketeer to something savage.
Oh, here we go. Number 8 brings
Oh, I
you
actually like this.
Savage Dragon, number 193 by McFarlane. This is the 1 in 5 variant, published by Image in 2013. Todd McFarlane is a comic book legend who has grown from an artist to an entire brand. McFarlane's fan base reaches across the world as both older and newer generations of collectors collect McFarlane items for various reasons. For the better part of the past 15 years, McFarlane has mostly only done artwork for his own creative titles in the Spawn universe, such as Spawn, Gunslinger Spawn, Haunt, etc. And these covers have been sought after and released by fan and collectors. In 2013, however, McFarlane collabed with his fellow Image comic founder and friend, Eric Larson, for a Savage Dragon incentive variant. This cover was a 1 of 5 incentive variant at a time where retailers were not ordering heavy for variant covers. It is also worth noting that Savage Dragon is not a title that ranks super high on order charts each month either, leaving this book a very difficult find. The rarity and allure of a lesser known McFarlane cover led to an all time high sale of $675
Damn.
this week. Yeah.
Damn.
This book will be tough to find. So if you own one, consider yourself lucky.
So Savage Dragon number 193, there's an extra S in there. Sorry, it's not the Stod. It's Todd McFarlane 1 in 5 variant from 2013 for 675 and 9.8. Like I said, there's some stuff, Eric Larson stuff I like, and then there's a lot of it I don't like. But this cover here by Todd is dope, by Todd Fowler. And 1 in 5 variants. What the hell is that? You
What
think
the hell is
nowadays,
a 1 in 5? That's
exactly.
It's an incentive. It's incentive. So you've got.
Well, I know every 5
and,
issues you get,
yeah.
you get the variant, but nowadays you don't hear 1 in 5 rarely. I mean, if it's
No.
cover A and cover B maybe, but 1 in 20.
Also, this is during the time, as they mentioned too. This is where variants weren't very popular either, and so a lot of people weren't ordering variants.
1 in 5
nowadays, I mean, my God, variants are a dime a dozen. Variants everywhere.
That's a great segue to my next issue here.
exactly. All right, everybody. This is my final read of the night, and shout out to this chat, 125 plus strong in the chat. You guys are fantastic. We really do appreciate you. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. At number 9, we've got
doubled up our Tuesday night show.
Yeah, because TiVo's not reading tonight. See how smooth it is?
Right.
Sorry about that.
And Laura's not here either. That's why JB is here. That's why.
All right. At number 9, we've got Savage Hulk issue number 1, the Alex Ross 75th anniversary 1 in 75 variant, originally published in 2014. This is an amazing one. Whenever Marvel wants to put some eyes on a series, they have Alex Ross do a few covers. His depiction of the Hulk is iconic, and he brought life in this 1 in 75 variant and the 1 in 300 sketch variant. Now, oddly enough, there are way more sales for the 1 in 300, which is far from typical. Now, over the past 6 years, there have been only a handful of sales for this 1 in 75, including recently. A near mint raw copy came to market and sold for a whopping $720, $500 more than the previous high sale for a no-grade raw copy. It's also $300 higher than the all-time high sale for a CGC 9.8 copy that sold back in 2018 for only $423. Now, if you're in the market for this book, you might have to sit tight for a while because there are no copies currently for sale online. And there is a limited number to pull from. Only 24 copies populate the CGC census, including 17 9.8s. For comparison, the 1 in 300 has 90 on the census, including 83 9.8s.
That makes
now
no
the
sense.
amount of raw books in the circulation is unknown, but this is the rare instance when the higher ratio might be the easier book to track down.
Yeah, that's like unheard of, right? But Savage, we were just talking about how in 2013 there was barely any variants. They did a 1 in 5, but then you go to Marvel. A year later, they're doing 175 and 1 in 300 variants.
Yeah,
right?
that's just a year later too. I mean, you look at it, right?
So I mean, during 2014, there wasn't a ton of online stores either, like there is now. Like our friends at Karis Comics, Bird City Comics, go on and so forth. So I mean, your LCS had to order like 75 of these to get a copy, or 75 of this, or what they did before was you had to order 75 of another issue plus this and some other stuff. Marvel used to have some weird chicanery to do with the way you qualify for the variants. But 1 in 75, that's pretty much one per store. Unless your bigger stores, you can get 200 of them, right? But
like Midtown or
yeah.
So,
but who orders 300? Who orders 300? What comic book store is that? Come on.
Well, some of them ordered 300 just to get the variant. They'll try to flip it to make their money on that. So, but good luck with that. All right, Savage Hulk #1, Alex Ross 75th anniversary, 1 in 75, $720, and then 9 in a near mint raw dog. So whenever these get ordered, supposedly, all right, they can't. Well, yeah, they can. They can mark them up however they like, but regular issues when they first come out, they can't mark them up. So there's this sneaky tradition of what comic shops do is they will put aside, whatever variant ratios that they get, and they'll sell it on an eBay store.
Yeah, it's not in the store. Yeah,
interesting.
But nowadays, people are hip to it and they know exactly how many out there. There's so many tools and shit to spend. You know what I'm saying? They're like, well, you know what? CovrPrice told me that there's only this amount of registered on the census. I know you have one, so something like that. All right, what do we have for #1?
Yeah, #1. Look at this classic cover. I remember this. I absolutely remember this. #10 Shaker. This is my final read, ladies and gentlemen. Spidey Super Stories #16, published by Marvel in 1976. Spidey Super Stories was a live-action skit featured on the Children's Television Workshop series that ran for 29 episodes from 1974 to 1977. This rendition of Spider-Man encouraged young viewers to practice their reading skills, and in spite of budget limitations, used comic book panels instead of special effects, making the first live-action portrayal of a Marvel character since 1944 Captain America serial. Spidey Super Stories #16 boasts a captivating cover, illustrated by the legendary John Romita Sr., paying homage to the iconic poster of the classic film Jaws. Recently, one of the only 2 CGC 9.6 graded slabs made waves in the collector's market by fetching an impressive $650 in a new all-time high sale. As interest in vintage comic books continue to soar, savvy collectors may want to seize the opportunity to add this rare and noteworthy issue to their collection.
Yeah, so I've seen a lot of these out there, but they're always beat to hell.
Oh yeah,
I can imagine seeing a 9.6 out there.
I mean, in 1976, this was made for kids, so they weren't collectors. And if collectors weren't, vice versa, collectors weren't collecting, kiddie stuff. By the Bronze Age, they'd kind of gotten hardened and like, I wouldn't want this fluff. Give us some drug story uses and deaths and this, that, and the other. Kind of the Bronze Age kind of usher in a darker storytelling than the Silver Age did, or the Bronze Age before it. And then it was the age of EC horror, which was kind of in between all those. You know what I'm saying? But isn't Spider Super Stories? Isn't the one with the Thanos helicopter?
Yes, it is the one with the Thanos helicopter.
And here's how Marvel knows that you're watching their stuff. Remember Loki? There was a Thanos copter
there was a Thanos copter.
Yeah,
the what was that zone where the Goliath was eating everything?
The void or some shit. The void zone. Yeah. So basically, that same place is going to appear again in Deadpool 3, by the way. Deadpool vs. Wolverine, where it's just like it's just a graveyard of just all things that have been scattered throughout the MCU.
Isn't Ravonna still out there? Ravonna's got sniped. She's in there.
But Loki is now. Spoiler alert: he is the last who remains. He's holding the branches of time. So here's a fun trivia fact for you, or fun trivia if you want to do it. Who did the voice? Who was the actor that did the voice of Spider-Man on the Electric Company?
Oh, good one.
Wow.
Good one.
You know the answer to this?
I sure do.
I do not.
You want to give out a book on this one?
Remember,
get a starting line. We're going to give out a book on this one, folks. Starting line's down. Who voiced?
You guys remember the Electric Company?
And you sure you know the answer to this, man?
I know.
Somebody's Google it.
No, it's not Morgan Freeman, though. That would have been dope.
Morgan Freeman. It's a trick question. Spidey didn't talk.
Yep, that's it.
It's a trick question. Spidey.
Oh my God! Are you kidding me?
Jason Feinstein colors.
Wow.
You hit him with
Spidey
a trick
spoke,
question, and he freaking got it.
Hit up Discovery JB on Discovery.
Yeah, hit me up on Instagram, Jason, and we will send you some books from Laura at Bird City Comics.
Yeah, so basically he spoke in word bubbles. And he wouldn't say that much at all. I mean, other people spoke, but he didn't say anything. He would say something, and a word bubble will pop up.
He used to have like a Spidey mobile with the Spidey symbol on it too. And a Spidey motorcycle.
That was on the Spidey stories, though. I don't think that was on the Electric
the animation.
Company. The Electric Company was a lot more like G rated. Like it was like to teach kids something. Like he'd always catch a burglar, and then he had pop up a word bubble. I mean, that's what got me into comic books. Really, was Spider-Man. Was watching the Electric Company, and I was like, "What is this?"
How did that theme go? How did the Electric Company theme go?
I don't even remember, man.
I don't remember.
I can tell you the Spider-Man one. Spider-Man.
I can do Three's Company one. Come on, knock on my door.
Look at you, Marty.
Well, congratulations, Jason. It was a trick question, and you rooted it out.
Great job, Jason. Reach out to me on Instagram. DiscoveryBayComics, all one word.
Yeah, let's do a seamless transition here to see what's shaking today, boys and girls.
We're gonna go there first. All right, you can go there first.
Yeah,
hey, you guys. Yep, Artrell. Yep. Hey, you guys.
Let's see, sharing seamless transition. Did I say seamless?
Yeah. You said it a couple times, man. We're still waiting for the seamlessness.
Well, there it is for you.
There we go.
Seamless transition. So here's CovrPrice.com, day after Wednesday. What new releases are heating up? That's always interesting. That's a new feature, by the way. Here's the top 10. Ultimate Dominated. And these are the weekly movers. These are the highest units moved. Wow, Star Wars. The High Republic Adventures Phase 3. Interesting. There might be some, maybe read the tea leaves in that one. But we're here to see what's shaking today, boys and girls.
Shake it, Sonora.
I still have my giant size X-Men 1.
I guess, man.
No ASM 300.
Lords of Brooklyn, man. I guess he doesn't like my singing.
Lords of Brooklyn's hating on Marty right now.
Oh my God!
Come on, it's all right.
He
hates on Laura too.
Damn.
He hates on
Laura too. Yeah,
he
he's
hates on
a hater, man. He's just
thank you, Lords of Brooklyn. Much love.
Here's an interesting book. Tales Spence number 47. Look at that old clunky ass Iron Man suit.
Yeah.
The Melter.
Yeah. Wonder, let's see, who else is in
Tales of
this?
Suspense.
Special Super Issue lead, Stan Lee, Steve Ditko. Heck, team up to bring you Iron Man, Greater and Greater 4, and the series of battles of the Melter. I wonder if there's any provenance in either, maybe just because it's a high grade. But Stam, what, 6,500 for a 9.4. But it did come out in 1963, so there's that. Somebody live chat. Oh my God, look at this. Is this the first one? Yes, it is. This is the first ever Overstreet Price Guide. How the tables have turned.
1933. 1933, guys. Facsimile is 2020.
Yeah. Really? They've been doing this since 1933? That doesn't make any sense because this is a facsimile cover. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. All right. But still $1,000 for a raw no grade.
Crazy.
So here's the
real one.
The real one.
Is that the real one? 1970. No, that's still.
Yeah, 1970. No, this is the first one. Well, why did it say 1933 to present? Because
they're grading books back to 1933. But it was released in 1970.
Oh,
yeah, absolutely. Anyway, this is still pretty old though. $2,000. It's funny how we are looking back on graded copies of Overstreet, and Overstreet doesn't have graded copies until for the longest time, right? It's for the longest time it was like the battle of
what is Weird Tales? Look at that.
Remember, it's the longest tale of if you go to a Comic-Con and somebody pulls an Overstreet Price Guide, you buy from them because they're so out of date, right? Because with digital media, I mean, you can buy anything you want if you have the money. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if it's out there and you want to spend it, you can just buy it right then and there. You don't, and it changes throughout the day. I mean, this CovrPrice Shakers list is a perfect proof of that. Weird Tales
CovrPrice Shakers list is literally changing while we're watching it. Sometimes during the show, you'll notice that a book has moved down a row because there's a new book on the list.
This is from 1934. Holy shit!
Let's see a bunch of covers.
That's what I want to do.
Just scroll all the way down now. I think they got the thing where all the covers are on the bottom now.
Interesting cover on that one.
Yeah,
God, man, these are from.
Wow, I love these.
26 Weird Tales. Yeah, this is definitely adult fare.
Oh, these aren't even in the Overstreet Price Guide. It's from 1926.
Nice. Yes, I know, right? Here, 1933. It may have. Good God, look at that.
Lon in a red dress.
I don't know if it's red, but I mean, if you were to tell me these are from 1935, I wouldn't believe you, right? Especially that one. But there's some dark ass shit on here, man.
I like these.
Oh yeah, digging these, man.
Like the dark side.
Look at this Viper. Whoa. Buccaneers of Venus. I thought this was very mythology inspired. 1934.
Wow.
This is 1935. Huh.
Interesting.
A vivid, the hour of the dragon. A vivid, varied story of 1,000.
Oh my God, you can read that, man?
How can you read that? It's so
barely.
How?
Monitor. Good Lord.
I'm nearsighted, but for some reason it's not like typically you can just go here or my internet's slow and you click on it again, right? It blows it up. So let's try it again because it's not blowing up for me. So
check out Johnny's comment.
No, there's no link to it. Probably.
You feel how many of you out in the chat feel the same way? Right? I mean, if we're digging and doing the work and find the deal.
Let's see what he says.
Oh, you're gonna put that back up? Yep. Let's add our this to stage, by the way.
Oh yeah. Let's give some away at 7 o'clock.
Winner for Tuesday's comment, everybody. We're gonna give away another set of Miss Laura's books. Make sure you get a comment in on this last Tuesday's show. Let's see how many comments we got in there so far. I think we had 38.
See how many changed by the time Laura says this.
30.
I've been waiting.
Oh my God. We're clipping that.
No, we're not.
I noticed you cut out the beginning part of that said, Marty, come to me.
No, yeah.
Oh, damn it.
You're living in your
Yeah,
own
Marty,
head,
that's
man.
just how you remember it.
Mhm.
Perception is a
You're smoking, yeah.
All right, everybody. Drum roll, please. We're gonna go ahead and pull a comment from Tuesday's show and give away a set of books. And the winning comment is no, back to
Kenneth
back.
Bird.
again. Nice.
You know what? Hey, man, if you participate, you can
Yeah.
win.
Yeah,
You have
can't
to
win if you don't
participate.
participate.
To win.
He had a 1 in 30 something chance. So hey,
Yeah,
Yeah.
out of like I mean there was like 1,700 people who watched
Yeah.
the video, but only
Yeah.
30 people left comments. So if subscribe, like, sub, and leave comments. That's all I got to tell you, right?
exactly.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely. There you go.
So Kenneth Bird, congratulations, man. We know Kenneth Bird. He's always winning.
Congratulations,
You're gonna
Kenneth.
win a chicken dinner, and I got his address already saved. So that's
Who
a
wants to go
simple one.
last, JB or Marty? Marty is done with his blessings. So Marty, say what's good. Say
Hey, yeah.
last
Thanks
words.
for joining us as always. And unfortunately, Lady Laura wasn't here, but hopefully, maybe next time. She's out doing some family stuff right now. But
Come to me. I've been waiting.
Oh my God. We're clipping that.
No, we're not.
it
She's here
said,
in- she's here
I
in
swear to God, it says,
spirit.
Marty, come to me. I
No,
swear
it
to
says
God,
Aunt.
the more I listen to that over
It
and
probably
over
says
again,
Aunt, come to me, not
the
Marty.
more I say,
That's hilarious.
But you keep living your life.
that's all I got. Thanks for joining everybody on the live chat, on the rewind. Thank you for everything, guys. Appreciate it.
JB, any last words?
Yeah, you know what? I do have some last words. Shout out to the writers at CovrPrice. Another fantastic episode of the Shakers List. Everybody, if you enjoy the content here on the channel, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and also subscribe to CovrPrice. Go check out CovrPrice's social media. Make sure you're following them on Instagram and on YouTube. And as always, everybody, don't forget, we had a good time.
Yeah, we did. All right. So shout out to CovrPrice being in the live chat. Make sure you sub them up on YouTube. They're doing some different content that hopefully I talked to Matt. I'm going to be doing something on their channel, or they're going to be doing something on my channel. We're going to cross-pollinate because that's what we like to do. We like to cross-pollinate around here, man. So speaking of cross-pollinations, for Marty, JB, Miss Laura couldn't make it, and Matt Damon, who couldn't make it, but he'll be back next Tuesday for the CovrPrice Top 10. Until next time, boys and girls, keep digging in them long boxes.
Shake and bake and pull it back.
Oh my God.
Hold on and get some, boys.
In the great hall of the Justice League, there are assembled the world's three greatest heroes, created from the cosmic legends of the universe. Their mission, to fight injustice, to right that which is wrong, and to serve all mankind.
Now that's a name I've not heard.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is upright.
Shake and bake and pull it back.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is upright. In this, you shall know that the Lord is upright.
Hold on and get some, boys. Jack, here's the deal. I'm the best there is.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is upright.
What's in the box?